Good morning. Welcome to Tradisode by Day Trader Genius. My name's Stephen Wright, and let's get to it. So, the market just opened. It's about 9:31, just turned over right now. So, we have an interesting thing that's happening, and I'll show you what I mean. So, this is the SPY 500 of the best stocks in the market, and we're right there, right at a previous high. This is an all-time high. So it could get interesting in the near future, but today's no different than any other day. So we're going to come over here, check our volumes out. Pretty decent today. So maybe we'll break out of this weird thing that we've been in, or maybe not. We'll see. We'll let reality shape our expectations. So Nvidia, this is looking pretty good moving. 250 is a big price, so not going to be too quick on this one. We'll let it decide what it wants to do around 250 and obviously let the market do its thing for a bit. All right, so it just breached 250. Remember, put it in perspective. We're going up, we're going down, big time gaps, high ranges, all that kind of stuff. So just wait for your moment. Volume's rising right here, so some stuff is changing, which means I'm going to stay away from it because it's still within that first 6 minutes of the market. Things can be a little bit erratic and they can really fake you out. Let's do some shopping. Netflix had a really great run yesterday. You could see on this candle, it's still generally down quite a bit, but interest has sparked and it came back up to previous level of support. So that's good to know. All right, so there we go. We got it down. 250 looks like it may be holding right there at the 250. So Nvidia went past 250, big price, came back down, touched it, I think on the cent. Let's see the low. Yeah, it was literally on the dollar mark. And then it started going back up, and now there is a little bit of a battle going on. We knew it was high risk because of this volume spike right here. There's a couple other reasons too, but the main one is the volume spike. So this is what a good morning looks like in terms of range on Nvidia. When you have high range, high volume, and generally speaking, really good conditions in the option squad, this is what we want for a precondition to get us mentally ready to trade. There's not a whole lot to complain about at the moment. So we can just keep an eye on these stocks up here that have high volume and that show up with the highlight. Right now the market's gone green and we're reaching 936 coming up. So we'll just keep our eye on these things. 33, we got 35 to the upside. Volume's going to be rising here in a second, and that will represent our high risk. So we got it really good. Again, this is really good. Could have even traded this if I would have not had my rule for 936. That would have been a good trade right there. But guess what? It doesn't work all the time. And I know from experience that these things typically mean that it's going to take a break at this time. So we'll see what happens. I'll mark that for you just so you can call me out on it if it doesn't happen. Okay, so there's our break right there. I win. All right, let's take a look at some other stocks. All right, so this is what we were talking about before with Nvidia. Really good day yesterday. Unbelievably high range, actually. That's really crazy with these wicks going way out there like that. So it clearly reached a level of support right here and actually came back down to 240. So big time support. And now we're playing a cyclical game. It's 9:37. We're in the 9:37th minute, and we're playing games right now. So there's our break. All right, let me just go ahead and remove that so I remember that it was not significant. Okay, so went down, bounced off the opening price. Now it's just kind of sitting there. It looks like the buyers have taken a break. So we'll keep an eye over here on the main list. It's doing all the work. It's pulling the cart for us. I like riding in the cart. I don't like pulling the cart. It's like Netflix is breaking out to a new high. That's Volume Genius down here on the bottom. Pretty risky at this point in time. Just went through 335 and RA. That's a big deal. And we just tapped into that previous level of support right around 335, which is probably now going to provide some resistance. And more importantly, the market has gone flat at RB. This is to be expected because when we go back to the market, our all-time 52-week high is right here. It says so right here. So that's going to be a big deal. We may get 340 out of this today if it holds above 335 in RA. Maybe something to look into in a minute. Okay, so it just breached 36, jumping around a little bit, jumping down, playing around RA. Market looks like it may be coming back green. Okay, so there's your correction and volume spike right there. Could just be a break. I kind of want to see how far down it goes. Let's take a look at Nvidia again. It's gone flat. Looks like 249 in the opening price seemed to be a sticking point today. Check out some Tesla. Nothing. Okay. Facebook. Just check those big names just to keep a familiarity with where everything's at. So Netflix is looking pretty consistent today. It doesn't look like there's a lot of sellers right now. Even though the red candles show up every once in a while, they generally don't impact the price too much. So let's see what happens at 335. Okay, looks like there's some buyers down there right now. Now, generally speaking, the stock has gone up strongly and now it has flattened out. So all of these buyers, they may never come back today. You don't want to get real comfortable with just jumping in the second you see a little bit of support. So making sure that you have those ideas in your head. All right, so low volume, the range is growing. Again, the market's just not great. So I'm not going to be too confident jumping in real quickly. Most of the stuff here is red. Okay, so now we've lost a little bit of that support here at 335 and we're coming back down. The buyers just stopped buying and now people are considering maybe I should be not involved in the next red trend. Well, we'll see. You know, the system's very amazing, but a lot of the times it's easy to get pigeonholed, or you know how horse have horse blinders into one aspect and not look at the grand, the greater picture, the big picture. Here we are, below average, cautious, selective trading. Yes, it's a strong green chart, but most trades lack follow through. What else do you need to know? So right here, This is optimism working the brain. It's gone flat. It looks like it's going to go green again. However, that's not enough. We're going to need some other additional information for us to get involved. And the market's just not supporting it yet. I'm going to give it a minute or two to mellow out and show me a little bit more. Okay, we're back. Looks like Netflix may be going on another run. However, the volume is not good. Oh, there we go. There's some volume. I'm going to need a little bit of a breakout and some market support for this to be good to go. Oh, there's some good market support right there in this moment. Some VG right here. The volume's not really sticking yet. And generally speaking, the market's low volume right now. It's just kind of creeping up. Okay, so there we go. There's a filter. It moved up a lot, so let's give it a second to mellow. Got my idea for which one I want. Just make sure it's not going to come back down. Okay, it just passed through 37, so let's give it a second. Come back down a little bit. Getting a flat market right now. Okay, so it's battling around 337. Got our filters going off. Okay, there we go.
Autofilled.
Getting out quick on this one. We get up past 338. It's time to GTFO. We got some market support still going for us. It's not great, but it's good. Okay, so I'm seeing some battling. I'm going to GTFO. Didn't get filled. Now I got filled. All right, so that's a 3%er right there. Let's keep our eye on this. So we saw a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a hesitation. Now it's since then jumped up. The market came back. It's looking good. So let's just let this one play out. We've already got a nice profit. Let's let it play out for a second, and then we shall make another decision. Okay, so we're still going up. We're looking good. 38. Now it's getting some price jumping. Oop, gotta turn this off. There we go. Price is jumping around, so oftentimes you can get some of that that action can flip on you real quick. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so rising in volume. Probably going to take a break for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. There's not a lot of sellers showing up yet. Y point just showed up. That's this orange thing right here. Now no one's selling, but the buying has stopped. So this could have been, a buyer that just got in at this price, or it could have been a sequence of people doing this at the same time. Doesn't really matter. All we know is that they have generally stopped. This group of people have stopped, and this candle right now is showing us that, because there is there we go, rising volume. The range hasn't broken out. There we go. Okay, so maybe they're still doing their thing. The market is supporting this move, as you can see, but now it's falling down. Okay, so this is a really good trend, which we haven't had in a while. Yesterday was pretty good like this, actually. We're 86% of the average daily range. We got another Y point, and the market's actually getting stronger. Wow. So this turned out to be a really great trade, but we GTFO'd because the day on a whole, it's been slow. No complaints though. 3% is a great profit. Okay, so now we get a chance to see where the level of support is. Looks like 340 might be happening today, as we talked about back here. If it holds above 335, which it did. But 339 on the larger scale, that's pretty close. So okay, there we go. That's a very clear indication that the move is over. This specific move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We got the big 5 here, which is signal color, K band, trend line, J stop, volume. Okay, so what we're seeing is not a lot of people are selling this. Whoops. They're just not. Got up to a decent level and they're just not selling it yet. Got to be careful here because right now the expectation is unrealistic. Look at these are amazing trends. This type of trend just they happen, but if you expected these kinds of trends all the time, you're gonna pretty much lose all your money. These are great trends. These are not normal trends. So we got to be careful here because we already have high expectations. Got to manage those expectations. All right, so we have filters popping off, all 3 of them, and the main list just popped off. Now this main list of mine, this filter is extremely powerful. So this is going to tell me that there's a very powerful moment in this stock right here, which usually means a turnaround unless it's a spectacular day, which today's shaping up to be pretty good. I mean, we've got a breakout on the SPY. You know, Netflix is charging back into territory that it's already been way up here. So people may be thinking this is a good time to get in. Let's see if we get another breakout. Okay, so we got some volume genius down here. Breakout above 339, there it is. So let's get ready, prepped, make sure everything's good to go. Okay, there he is right there. So we just got a breakout. Again, we're going to be quick on this because if it gets up to 340, we're just going to GTFO no matter what because it's just such a big price. All right, so let's just keep an eye on it. It's going a little bit flat right now. We got some good support on the market. Okay, so it just jumped up significantly and came right back down. Now it's jumping up again. It's jumping around, so let's give it a second to mellow. Got my finger on the trigger. There's 34 again. See if we can break that 50-cent mark. Volume spike on the market. Let's go ahead and get ready. Volume spike, GTFO.
Order filled.
Don't like it. Sorry guys, I'm not holding on for that craziness. Okay, so what we did right here is we saw this situation where it's jumping around. The price is jumping around. Volume increased. When we looked at this in retrospect, we saw that the trend actually started down here. So we saw a moment where we had an opportunity to get out with a little bit of profit. I think it was like less than 1%. It was like 0.7% profit. Don't care, because you know what I'm not doing? I'm not hanging on here thinking it's all good. Okay, so you see this price actions jumping around. Not interested in those kind of moments. It may jump up. That's fine. It's probably going to hit 340, but that's not the point. There it is right there. That was a jump above 350 we were looking for back here. But again, too high risk. Okay, that's why. The market just boosted up with a nice volume spike right there. That's what's pulling that up right now. So right now we have a case where the market is pulling Netflix up, which is great. This is not the time to get in, by the way. This is the time to be very glad that we got out, because you can see the battle going on here where it's just not following through. It's just not. And here we go. Let me just show you what SPY's looking like so you can understand that market perspective. So we got really good. This is good. But at the end we got green candles and then a big volume spike, probably over. But at least going to take a break, and what you're seeing now is less resistance on the down slope. So if this candle beats the range of this candle, it's going to mean, there it is right there, it's going to mean that this trend is over. You need a GTFO. Now we were able to anticipate that because we saw in the price action right here. So we got in here, we went flat for a minute, and then in this candle right here, one of these two candles, doesn't really matter. Yeah, it was this candle. Nope, sorry, this one. We saw a flattening of the market, and then all of a sudden the price started jumping around 10 cents, 20 cents. So that tells me that that was not a consistent jump up. It's jumping all over the place, which means there's some bigger orders out there. Some of them are buys, some of them are sells. That is a time to GTFO if it's a sketchy day, which today is. You know, we're near a 52-week high. We just passed it. We don't know what's going to happen. It's not taking off. It's not in any direction. So, hey, we got in, we got out, we made a little bit of money, and that's it. What a great day. All right, guys. That's it for today's Tradisode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you develop your own strategy. If you want to jump on with one of our coaches and get your strategy verified, that's probably a good thing to do through taking the group training course. It's something that you can do, and it is available to you. Just go to daytradergenius.com, go to the coaching, go to group coaching, and sign up for the next class. We're having a great time, and our students have a great time afterwards, that's for sure. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.